There's so many regions of London.
So what?
I've never ever gone to London.
Why?
Uh, no, never ever gone to London and not come back thinking that was a great day out.
Oh my god.
Every time, expensive day out, yes. Or seem to spend 100 quid somewhere, £100 easily. Transport, lunches, buying the odd book or something like that. You need £100 to go to London.
What was the juice in South London?
The what?
The South American juice?
The sarsaparilla.
That's
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm sure it's SARS,
yeah.
sarsaparilla. I'm sure if you said to Grok or something like that, well, what is sarsaparilla? And they'll say it's a South American root plant uh, that you make a drink out
And
of.
the other one, the fish one, the meal, what is?
The pie mash shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a meat pie with pastry.
Mm.
So you've got meat inside the pie with a pastry top, and then they serve this um, liquor over the mashed white potato and the pie. And you have a fork or something, and you dip into the green sauce. And, oh, I quite like it.
Okay, come to London and you will stay in my place
Yeah.
and we will hang out in Hammersmith, right? You was in Hammersmith.
No, not Hammersmith. It's Walworth. Walworth.
Yeah, north.
No, it's South London.
Oh.
This is what I'm talking about. You reach Walworth from the Elephant and Castle roundabout.
Oh.
It's so well known, Elephant and Castle. I think there's a pub there. That's why they call it. There's an Elephant and Castle pub, but the roundabout is named after the pub probably.
Oh.
It's the Elephant and Castle roundabout, and one road off the roundabout is the Walworth Road, and you keep going down the Walworth Road, and you'll go past the chemist, you go uh, towards the Gayhurst estate, and on your way to the in-laws' house, you're part of a pie and mash shop. But that's all those years ago. Has the tradition kept there? And wouldn't it be remarkable if everything was still there?
Wow.
Like the chemist was still there, the pie and mash was still there. There will be pie and mash shops somewhere, but is it in the same place?
So
And are there more than one place where you can get?
you mentioned when you visit London, it is the best day that you ever have.
I've had every day. I've come back and I thought that was well worth it. Well worth. I've never ever been disappointed. Never, never ever. Because say if I went to a computer exhibition, have you've been to exhibitions,
Yeah,
haven't
of
you?
course. Yeah.
And there are 100 little booths, hundreds of them, isn't there? Do you know how many I'd be satisfied with if I had a day out? How many would I, if I found a good booth and another good booth and another good booth, how many would I want to have found to think that was a good day out? How many do you think it was? Out of all the hundreds? 3.
Wow.
I saw my first colour laptop at an exhibition. You know, when computers weren't laptops, I saw my first colour screen at an exhibition. I had some exhibitions, they have outstanding products. The future, it's like tomorrow's world. The rest, they're developments of all the old stuff. Perfect, beautiful, amazing, but it's the old stuff. And you've only got to look for the new stuff and you see tomorrow's world.
Wow, that's the
And I've come back from exhibition just seeing something that I've never seen before, and I thought, I've seen history made here. I can be satisfied fairly easy. I don't have to go in every booth thinking it's got to be the greatest booth in town. No, it's not. Life's not like that. People are just making a living. You know, people sell potatoes for a living. They can get by. That's nothing special, is it?
So, oh yeah, if you have like a chance to do the best day of London, how you will spend it? How you will spend
I,
it in
I,
London?
I of the best days, I like the museums because you got you can see the spread of history all in one day. You know, if you go to an exhibition that involves the development of civilization, you see di- a display case with caveman, you know, stone tools, iron work, you know, technology right up to flying to the moon. You know,
Oh yeah.
so you could, in one day you can you see it the whole thing. Or if you're interested in geology, you can see all the different types of rocks that are on Earth. Or if it's inventions like what man has invented, like a steam engine, an aeroplane, a boat, or an engine. Um, you know, I've seen the first train. I've seen, you know, first of everything. You
What about outside the museums
know.
in London? Restaurant, theater,
Um, oh,
mm,
I've had
pubs.
some good experiences in the theatre. Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen, yeah, some pretty good things, uh, and amazing things. One, you know, where you know you just think that was worth 50 quid. You know, even though it was expensive. And then I would always go for a meal as well. I have a meal before because you know it's a bit late to. You've got to get back home as well, so you'd have a go early, have an evening meal, then rush off to the theatre. Very satisfied, so you're not hungry. You wait for the curtains to open. You see a beautiful, wonderful play. Curtains close, and then you scamper home. You know.
wow.
Um, that's and I would go on my birthday. I had a lady friend who was not a romantic association. It was a friend of Dora's, Emmy, and we had this like pact where she was divorced. She wasn't interested in another relationship at the time. She got two children to look after anyway, and on special occasions, on my birthday, for instance, we'd go up to London, and you know we'd go to Italian restaurants and have a
Wow.
meal, and she'd pay her own. You know, she was. It didn't cost me anything. She was no. We'll pay for her own. So
Oh,
you know, um, we don't. So it was only £50 for one seat at the theatre
oh,
rather than £100 or something.
what a lovely gift for you.
Yeah,
That's
and yeah. So it was on July the 1st. The weather in London usually rather beautiful.
great.
July,
The best month.
it's not too hot, but really good chance of being nice and sunny and lovely. I've had so many sunny days in London because of my birthday,
Mm.
uh, being in the middle of the year. I mean,
Si-
some
si-
people have their birthday in the winter, middle of the winter, and you know, where shall we go? I think we'll go and sit in front of the fire. No, no, no. London's great.
So, what
Uh,
is the plan for this July?
for when?
For this July?
For this July, I just want to be there on July.
I will see you there.
Yeah, I want to. I want to be. I want to be able to see it all over again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That I know.
Um, yeah. I'm my opinion from what the doctors have said. is that my operation might be about the 1st of June.
Hmm.
So I've got recovery time, a month. I might be able to hobble around by then.
Oh yeah.
So it depends upon whether the appointment is late. The earlier the better.
We will hang out in July, me and you. We will filter some girls.
Uh, oh, I tell you, one of the loveliest day. I was invited by my eldest sister and and the next down sister, the next sister in line, to meet up in London. They were coming from the Midlands for a day in London. She said, my eldest sister said, "Why don't you join us in London?"
Wow.
So they'd come down on the train to London, and I met them at the Euston station, and the three of us went around London all day. But I had arranged, and I'd specially done this, I'd arranged enough money that we could go everywhere by taxi.
Wow.
They wanted to go to the shops. Oxford Street, please.
Wow.
London Eye, River, Houses of Parliament, everywhere.
That's
We just
lovely
got
touch.
that was you felt
Real
wonderful.
London.
I had a nice suit on.
Oh.
I've got that photograph somewhere. Oh, I'm sure I've got a photograph. Really smart I was. My sisters always looked lovely,
Oh.
and we, it was lovely to chat. We didn't have to stand in line for buses or
Mm.
find our way. The taxi driver knew. Taxi, in London. Yeah,
That's really good touch.
that was that was a wonderful day out. That was to go by, to go around
Mm.
all day long, and then I saw them off on the train at
Oh.
Euston. By taxi, we went to Euston by taxi, so they didn't have to walk very far, and they went off, and then I went by local train or that to my home then. So yeah, that reminded me. Thank you for asking about
Oh
days
yeah.
out because that was a memorable day. We went
Wow.
to my sister bought me a lunch in Harrods.
No way. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. It was lovely.
What was the meal?
No, I mean it was like summer salad, But so even if it was a chicken salad, it was like nice environment, really nice people,
Oh.
chatting, everyone chatting. It was summer and it was warm and my sisters were in good spirits.
Oh.
We felt, you know, on top of the world.
So now we know where we're gonna eat our lunch on 1st of July.
Yeah. One of the interesting things, this is obviously a different day. I am a godfather to one of my sons. I'm a I'm his godfather, so I have a godson. And John used to like visiting me, even as a schoolboy. So I took him up to London, and I took him to Harrods, and we'd already allocated our seats. And I said to John, "Just sit there, John." He was a schoolboy. He was about 14 or 15, and he was at the table waiting for me to go and sort some food out. And when I got back, there was this rather elegant old lady at the table, because the table had more than, had a few seats. And John was like, even though he was a schoolboy, he'd been taught by his um, um, godparents um, um, all about growing food and and diseases of plants. And he was advising this old lady on how to get rid of whitefly from her plants. And I thought, how cute was that? A schoolboy in Harrods teaching this old lady how to get rid of whitefly from her plants. And she was really listening, to him.
Oh,
And he was a little gentleman.
oh,
He'd come up to you as a schoolboy and he'd shake your hand. How do you do, Uncle Roy?
oh.
He'd give a title and he would be very polite because he was brought up a lot by his older people and
Mm,
he'd absorbed the good manners from the old people, not the rough,
mm,
all right, mate, And he came up, I can remember to this day, shaking my hand. How do you do, Uncle Roy?
Oh,
Yeah,
if you want to tell him something now, what you gonna say to him
well,
if he can hear you?
well, I'd love to thank him for the wonderful memories he's given me.
Oh,
Um, but unfortunately, he was the youngest um, section leader in a garden centre. You know, garden centre where they sell plants and seeds and
yeah.
manure or whatever. He worked as a schoolboy at Notcutt's. It was a private garden centre, but Mr. Notcutt owned several of these in different parts of the Midlands. A millionaire. And John, he was so talented that they recognised his talent even from a schoolboy, and they offered him a job after he'd left school. And he was still so brilliant at remembering and organising that they made him a section leader. So say it was the garden centre part, shrubbery or something. Yeah, well, it was a section because they had different people working, and they had to change the rules, the company rules, because the old rule was you had to be like 21 or something,
Mm,
and he was like 19 or something like that, and he became a section leader
wow.
at that 19, and he became very successful at it. But one of the ladies um, complained to the senior management uh, because he had told her off for something. She'd done something wrong and he told her off. And she complained to the higher management and they'd put a formal complaint in. And his relationship with the higher management, the staff, disassembled, and he eventually got um, sent home. I'm not all in a day, but it's over
Mm,
weeks. He was sent home while they were deciding what to do with him, and they decided to make him redundant from the job. Or give sacked basically. Thrown out. And John thought that he hadn't done anything wrong. It was just he was the manager, if you like, telling someone that someone had
mm,
done something wrong. And he fought a case, and it took him like 5 years to go through the legal process of winning the case.
mm,
And it was a big lump sum he got, but it ruined his confidence, um, and the weight made him lose his confidence.
mm,
He no longer worked in market gardening or
mm,
whatever they call it. He's a air traffic controller now. He's got a good memory, you see. He can remember all the Latin names for the plants.
wow.
We would say pink rose or something, and he would give you the actual
Mm,
Latin name for it. He just got a fantastic memory. I know an air traffic controller. There is a vocabulary. They haven't got time to say the full sentence. so they use a lot of abbreviations. And the job of air traffic controller is to get the planes parked up. The air traffic control gets them landed, but as soon as the airplane is landed, the air traffic controllers guide them into their parking bay and where they've got to unload and things like that. It's and sometimes when things go wrong, they have to make the airplane circle and things like that.
Yeah.
Things that should be on time are falling behind. You have cancellations and it all goes
So,
terribly wrong.
yeah.
Weather, ice on the runway,
Birds or animals.
Oh, it's a nightmare. When things go wrong, people lose their luggage. They forgot their passport.
Yeah, it is.
He has to sort all the documentation out, but they stand on their legs maybe 12 hours a day because they're always going from job to job. Oh, John, can you go over there and help so and so? Because there's always a problem somewhere in the airport, and he's got arthritis in his legs. He doesn't feel well most of the time, and he's basically, but he earns lots of money because they're long hours, and it's a complicated job. They get a lot of money
It's
for
really
it.
complicated job. I know someone in the airport in JF Kennedy in New York. Yeah, it is a tough job. It is really tough.
And so he used to come and visit me, but he stopped, in my home. But he can't do it now. His legs, he's so tired after a shift. If you work 12 hours, walking around for 12 hours, when you have 2 or 3 days off, he spends a lot of it in bed, getting ready for his next shift.
Tell him if he's free in 1st of July.
So I hardly ever see him. He's never available. It's a shame. And it all started.
Call him.
It all started with this woman complaining.
Oh, yeah.
His life started to fall apart. But my sister and his mom, my sister was his mom, didn't help. She used to launder his clothes even as an adult. He would take bags of his laundry to his mom. He'd go and see his mom with his laundry. And while he was visiting, my sister would end up with 2 or 3 loads of laundry, and she would have to iron them, dry them, iron them, and he'd take back all pristine clothes back to his lodgings again. She cooked for him, made his bed, clean. His dad, my brother-in-law, in the winter, warmed his car up to start the engine, cleaned his shoes. We're talking about being spoiled. Combination, good brain, successful, bit of a mental blockage, and a characteristic from his dad, they carried a grudge. If you let them down, either my brother-in-law that let him down, he never forgave you. I once used to go, well, not once, I would go with my brother-in-law to motorcycle racing. I owned a motorcycle at the time, and we used to go on the motorcycle together because it was a really chaotic time getting into the stadium to watch this racing, and on a motorbike you can get in between the traffic and that. Anyway, once we made appointment to go, but I'd been drinking the night before and I'd got a bad headache, and I was the driver of the motorbike, and I said, Clive, I can't make it, Clive. I'm feeling sick.
Mhm.
He never